Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tom, and today I'm taking a look at Witch City Mall in Salem, Massachusetts. As many of you may know, the city of Salem, Massachusetts is most famous for the witch trials of 1692 and 1693, and as a result, Salem has become a prime destination for fans of horror, witchcraft, and the occult, especially in the fall up until about Halloween. Not surprisingly, a good number of businesses and stores in Salem have themes based on these subjects, so it only seems appropriate that Salem's only indoor shopping mall would be called Witch City Mall. Now, I've never been here before, and I hate to say it, but my first impression of this mall is not positive. Believe it or not, I try not to be too negative in my videos, except when I feel it's warranted, and this is one of those circumstances where the negativity is definitely warranted. While this almost certainly is not a dead mall, just based on the number of open businesses and the apparent large number of shoppers, especially during peak season, it is without a doubt the filthiest and most poorly maintained mall I've ever been to. It was actually shocking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got it on my phone too, so should be okay.
I'll get to the most shocking part in just a minute. In case you were wondering, this was filmed on a Sunday at about 10:45 a.m. The mall apparently opens at 8 a.m., which is extremely early for a mall to open, but most of the stores don't open until about 11 a.m., at least on Sunday.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff
So I did an
11.
initial walkthrough of the mall when I got there,
So we're like 12 minutes
and then
early.
I did a second walkthrough on my way out of Salem a few hours later so that we could see what it looked like when everything was open and there were actually people there. The first thing I did when I got to the mall was to head for the restrooms. And I don't normally show the restrooms in my videos, but I had to show this. Otherwise, no one would believe me as to how horrible they are. However, I did have to blur out some of the images because they were so grotesque. Basically, it looks like someone lost their lunch in one of the urinals. There was a puddle of what I assume was toilet water in the middle of the floor, which I had to walk through. And the toilet was covered in, well, you can imagine what it was covered in. My mom told me that the women's bathroom was almost as bad.
Restrooms. Oh, here's restrooms.
So now let's take a quick look.
Oh my god.
I know I blurred out a lot of it, but trust me, it was the most disgusting thing you've probably ever seen in a public restroom. And when I arrived at the mall, I assumed that this was just a one-off thing and that it would be cleaned up right away. However, from the articles I found online, the bathrooms here have been a major issue for years, with people having many of the same complaints that I have. I really don't understand how a business like this can get away with having such unsanitary restrooms. It's really a health hazard. It's horrifying. And apparently public restrooms are an issue in Salem because most of the businesses I went to had signs out front saying no public restrooms. And this one says, no, you cannot just grab our napkins to use as toilet paper. Which is really odd. I've never been to a place before where so many businesses said you can't use their bathrooms. And from what I understand, the bathrooms here at the mall are one of the only public restrooms around, which could explain partially why they're so filthy.
Here's the layout. So I guess they're calling this museum place, but it said Witch City Mall out front.
Yeah.
So I did some research, and the mall opened in 1977 as East India Mall. At some point along the way, they changed the name to Museum Place Mall, but I couldn't find out exactly when that happened. And then they eventually changed the name of the mall to Witch City Mall around 2016 or 2017.
See, a lot of the stores are like themed.
Yes, yeah.
Wolf Moon. Yeah. There's ghost tours.
Also, from what I read, it appears that the name change to Witch City Mall was somewhat controversial, as it was allegedly done by the mall's owners without the city's prior permission. However, it's been about 8 years now since the name change, and it's still Witch City Mall, so I would have to assume that the city and the owners of the mall have come to some sort of agreement on the name change.
Yeah, I like that t-shirt. This one right here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You get in pink.
Yeah.
So in addition to the horrible bathrooms, which were without a doubt the worst part of the mall, the floors were also dirty. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but they were covered in dirt and some mud. And I get it, it's the middle of winter, people are going to be tracking in dirt and mud, but I've never been to a mall where they haven't been cleaning the floors pretty much every day. I really can't remember the last mall I was at where the floors were this dirty. I'm also wondering if the skylights are supposed to be that dark brown color or if they need to be cleaned as well.
They got plants. Are they real? No, that's fake. International Monster Museum. I wanted to go here. It said it opened at 11, so I guess this might be open on the way back. It's like 10 of. Witch Manted Haunted House. A few of the attractions seem to close for the winter, but most of them stay open.
As you can see, the mall does have a second level. I don't think it's retail up there though. I think it's mainly just businesses. But there was nothing saying you couldn't go up, so I did want to go up there and just take a look around. Well, those hopes were dashed in a second when I saw a homeless guy sleeping at the top of the stairs. I didn't film it this time, but when we come back on the way out of Salem, I'll walk up there and you'll actually see him on the ground.
There's a guy sleeping.
And that's also something I've never seen before at a mall.
Hopefully he clears out here. Because I think you can get up there. I don't know what's up there, but... No. Well, it's mall-ish. Yeah. So that's apparently a pretty good restaurant, Essex Pizza.
Is it? Yeah.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Later, we did go there for lunch, and I have to say it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't the best pizza I've ever had, but not the worst either. It was very expensive, though. Everything in Salem is really expensive, as you'll find out if you ever come here.
Got vending machines, but no candy. It's all toys.
Yeah. And inside restrooms. Restrooms are a big deal.
Yeah, must be. Well, I would guess probably during the Halloween season, there's so many people here
Yeah.
that they just probably don't have enough room. That looks kind of gross.
Good place.
No. No, look at the floors are all dirty.
Yeah.
And don't forget, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. I've got a lot more mall videos coming up. Thanks.
Looks like it might be office space or something that says a prep school up there, so
Oh,
there's
yeah,
stuff
there
up there,
was-
but it's not really retail.
There was a sign that said something about.
Witch and Fairy Emporium. Not seeing anything where it says the hours. Oh, here's some hours. This is Sunday, 10 a.m. European Deli and Ice Cream. And that's the mall.
Don't go anywhere yet, though. I'm going to walk out those doors and come back in a few hours later, and we can see what it looks like when most of the stores are open and there's actually people here. All right, so we're back a couple hours later, and you can see it says Which City Mall there, and here's a picture of what it looked like back when it used to be called Museum Place.
No, I'm sorry, I don't have any cash.
And yes, that woman was asking for money. which is also something I've never encountered at a mall before. So it would appear that Salem has a issue with homeless people. As we were walking around Salem, I did see a couple tents set up as well, which I'm assuming was a homeless encampment.
Want to get a witch's hat?
Those are some pretty nice hats. I've never seen them.
Yeah? Yep.
I couldn't understand what that girl was saying. I just assumed she was,
She was asking for money.
yeah.
Oh, they want you to enter through the street out front.
This was my first trip to Salem, and the 4 takeaways I had were it's very expensive, there's very few public bathrooms, a lot of the museums are closed during the winter, and a lot of them don't allow filming. They actually have signs up saying no filming or even photographs. So that's something to keep in mind, especially if you're coming here hoping to shoot videos for YouTube like I was.
Looks like that's still closed. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I wanted to get up to the second floor, so I figured by now, like 2 to 3 hours later, the guy that was sleeping in the stairwell must be gone. And for a second I thought he was. I started to walk up the stairs, and
nobody's sleeping
he had just
anymore.
moved over to the left so you couldn't see him from
Doesn't
the
say
bottom,
you
but he was
can't.
still there. So if you look real closely, you can see him laying on the ground.
Still sleeping. Yeah, he's still sleeping up there. Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah, because I think you can enter these possibly through the street. I'm not sure. On that side, obviously. Yeah, usually when they start closing off the entrances inside the mall, it usually means they're probably going to be closing the mall
Oh.
at some point. Like,
Yeah.
or we'll go there at the end.
So obviously the mall's still not crowded, but apparently during the fall it gets super crowded in here, and I'm guessing that's probably when they make most of their money.
Want to get that shirt? Yeah. Or you could wear it. Mm-hmm.
Look who's eating.
What? Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, we got a ski ball league.
A what?
Ski ball league.
Oh, you could join that.
No.
And now this was filmed just a few minutes later, but I had to show it because of this band that just started walking through the mall. And here we are inside Essex Pizza having lunch. We ended up getting a small pizza with a soda and a water. The total was $25, which I think is kind of expensive, especially for the pizza, which was very small, I thought, for even a small. So I think it would probably make more sense next time to go with actual slices rather than buying an entire pizza like this. That's a personal pizza for me. I could eat that entire thing.
So, no trespassing in the mall?
Yeah, please don't go up the wall.
I did think those no trespassing signs were kind of unusual because, again, they're just in the mall in general. They're not in a specific area. So they're kind of saying, you know, if you're in the mall, you're trespassing? I don't know. That didn't really make sense to me. And they also had them down here, down this hallway, too.
They got stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, haha. That's Chinese New Year stuff.
This store was kind of cool. It kind of looks like an independent GameStop. It's not a GameStop, but it seemed to have a lot of the stuff you'd expect to see in a GameStop. A lot of video games, collectibles, things like that.
It's kind of a neat little
I like that.
dollhouse.
Yeah.
And if you look up straight ahead, there's another no trespassing sign. So apparently I'm not allowed to walk down this hallway. I'm assuming it's for when the mall is closed, but I mean, you have to assume anytime a mall is closed, of course there's no trespassing. So I think the signs are kind of weird and pointless.
Is that a hair salon?
This is Cinema Salem. We looked at it briefly when I first came into the mall. It's a 3-screen theater that originally opened in 1982 as Sac Cinema, and originally also had an attached video game arcade, which sadly is long gone. It changed its name to Cinema Salem in 2006, and from what I could see, it seems to play like horror movies, not surprisingly, and also new movies as well.
Oh, that's the one. Looks like they don't open until later.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Not sure what's down there. I don't know, there were videos online. It didn't look this dirty
No.
in those pictures, in those videos. Maybe they clean it up around Halloween because of all the people. I don't know.
No, I hope so.
But this is probably one of the dirtiest malls I've ever been to.
The trash is also, and the bathrooms are horrid.
And then before I left, I did want to take a ride in the elevator, see what that looked like.
I'll just take it up, see what the elevator looks like.
And not surprisingly, the elevator was not in the best condition either.
All right, mall. Let's go up to 3. Okay, does anybody know what kind of elevator this is? Not seeing any manufacturer's name. And there's the parking garage. And back down we go.
Yeah, the mall is essentially located underneath the parking garage.
Yep. This is up and down. Okay.
And there you have it. That's Which City Mall in Salem, Massachusetts. It definitely has its charms, but like I said, it's filthy, it really needs to be better maintained, and they've got to clean up those bathrooms. But let me know what you think about it in the comments. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. I've got a lot more mall videos coming up. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.